In case you missed it, today marks YNW Melly's bail hearing. His legal team is confident that their release proposal is strong enough to secure his release, presenting two key arguments they believe will tip the scales in his favor. Life behind. Bars has been especially harsh for Melly, according to his mother, who spoke out in a recent interview. There's evidence showing he's being treated inhumanely while in jail. This kind of mistreatment is not only unethical, but also illegal, as jails are legally obligated to ensure the safety and humane.
When you saw Melly's statement, just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life, as a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
Melly's legal team is also expected to present evidence from the original trial that directly challenges the federal claim he committed the crime inside the Jeep. They argue this claim is false, pointing to GPS data provided by his cell phone carrier. According to their findings, the data shows Melly was actually seen running down a street and hiding in a bush at the time in question, undermining the prosecution's version of events and casting serious doubt on the location and circumstances of the alleged crime.
That would be the part he's saying that someone just shut the car up and was trying to shoot them. So I asked him if he was okay, where he was, and he's like, there's a car coming behind him, like hiding. He was like, there's some, there's some, I think they're still out here or something. So I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I'm okay. I said, well, where are Zach and Juby? And he said, I don't know if they're in the car. I think they're...
To support their claim that the incident was a drive-by shooting, Melly's lawyers will once again present evidence from the original trial, confirming that no firearm was ever recovered. This absence of a weapon, they argue, strongly suggests that the shooter fled the scene without aligning with the characteristics of a drive-by. In their view, this detail makes the drive-by scenario not just possible, but highly likely.
So the first thing is I didn't have a firearm, so I can't know which I'm going to use in order to replicate any of my tests. So I can't make tests for this determination because I don't know what I was used.
Okay.
However, the prosecutors will have their own defense, offering reasons why Melly should remain in jail. One of their key pieces of evidence is expected to be messages from Melly's cell phone, where he allegedly texted, "I did that," just hours after the crime. With both sides presenting their arguments, the question remains, which side has the stronger evidence?
Ezekiel Account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, "I did that," and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02 from Eastern Standard Time. The YNW Melly account says what?
After that, SHHHH.
Also discovered on Melly's phone was a saved video from someone's Facebook Live, showing Melly and Bortland just 6 hours after the crime. In the footage, the two are seen dancing in a parking lot, appearing unfazed by the recent
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He's still out here being very positive. Turned still. Hey! The dog still turned, regardless of what happened. You already know.
The video showed Melly and Bortland displaying not even a hint of sadness over the death of their two closest friends. But the case took a new turn when a rogue YNW affiliate came forward with explosive information. Melly's motive for the crime, he claimed, was rooted in greed. Melly didn't want to share his finances with the other YNW members.
Did Ron really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, if when people can say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Vern was mad at me, bro. Why you put that, bro? Walk up him. I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends, and he said them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around them?
This was supposed to be a secret Melly had only confided in King Von. Tragically, before Von's death, he shared the information with members of Oblak. As YNW is a registered business LLC, Melly and Bortland performed concerts, sold merchandise, and did promotions in exchange for money. However, tensions arose when Sack Chaser and Juvie demanded a share of the profits despite not contributing to the work. The most chilling part of the case is that prosecutors don't seem to care whether Melly gets bond before trial. That's because what they did involving Melly's best friend Bortland and his ex-girlfriend Mariah Hamilton could destroy his life. Prosecutors have now filed paperwork to try Melly and Bortland together in the upcoming trial, all for one calculated reason.
Here, and you can try them together. It is to the benefit of the state to try them together, just more efficient. You don't have to do things again and again. Do it all at once, and also you get a better chance of having them incriminate each other during the trial. It benefits the defense to sever it. That way they can point the finger at each other and get away with it. So this is what's going on. But penalty for Melly, because it's only the penalty phase of the trial that would be different, not the guilt phase. The guilt phase is the same. They're both capital crimes. They're seeking the penalty on one, not the other. But that goes into the second part of the trial, the penalty phase, only if Melly is found guilty.
It's common sense. If Bortland knows he didn't commit this serious crime, there's no way he'll be able to sit quietly and accept a life sentence. When the pressure mounts, it's likely he'll turn on Melly to save himself. But what many don't realize is that Melly's own lawyer already tried to shift the blame onto Bortland during the original.
His lives. Cortland Henry shows up at Memorial Hospital, Miramar. You don't see him sitting there, but where you will see him sitting is in the driver's seat of a car, two bodies, car riddled with bullets. And when he shows up with a change of clothing, change of shirt, powder residue on his hands, evidencing that he had discharged a firearm. And he lies. He lies about where the incident occurred. He lies about how it occurred. And he lies about not having...
This revelation came straight from Melly's own legal team, who argued that it was always Bortland who had been lying to federal investigators. They pointed out that Bortland had gunpowder residue on his hands and was the one present with Juvie and Sack Chaser at the time of their deaths. Melly's defense even brought in a forensic expert to testify, offering detailed analysis that supported their claim about the residue found on Bortland.
So the right hand of Cortland Henry contained 0 particles characteristic of pot residue and two component particles. And the left hand contained 1 particle characteristic of pot residue and 1 2-component particle.
Okay. And can you explain to us what that means?
Basically, overall, there was pot residue present on the hands.
Rumor has it that Bortland and Melly haven't spoken since the trial tensions began, especially after Melly's legal team tried to shift blame onto Bortland. Unsurprisingly, Bortland didn't take this well. On the same day Melly was granted a mistrial, Bortland posted a cryptic tweet. "Mind games don't work on people like me," followed by a handshake emoji. Many interpreted it as a subtle signal, possibly indicating he had agreed to stay silent, at least for now, likely under the advice of his lawyer. But silence doesn't last forever. Bortland is expected to speak out eventually. To make matters worse for Melly, prosecutors will soon have additional support. His ex-girlfriend, who was recently arrested for fleeing the country to...
Mariah Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to...
When Mariah finally returned to the U.S., she was immediately arrested at the airport. However, she didn't stay behind bars for long. Shortly after her arrest, she was released and posted a cryptic message online. "Thank you to my village. I love you all so much. God's plan, not mine." Behind the scenes, the judge had offered her a deal testify against Melly and she'd walk free. She reportedly signed the agreement almost instantly and was released within 10 minutes. This development is devastating for YNW Melly, especially after investigators uncovered disturbing evidence in Mariah's iCloud account. The data revealed Melly had allegedly pressured her not to testify in the original trial and act, considering